start trip vacations below. And I think that France could bring us a selection of best sightseeing and ornate towers, some wines, teas, food, and many things that you can do in France. So let me introduce you some wonderful guide and hotels, restaurants for your visits to France. Before I begin, I will briefly introduce the country background, some information about France. So, in reality, France located in the Western Europe and being ranked the 43rd largest nations in the world, covering 643,801 square kilometers area. And people describe France as the most romantic places for couples who dream and wish to stay last for forever. And so, because of this, it became a reason for many young people dream to France with their partners, friends, and family. So, for me, the best of France is the Paris, the Eiffel Tower. It is a beautiful landmark of France. Based on my knowledge, the first thing is Paris Tower that I know the city of young. So that's why I just know about the Paris. After this, I wish I could make say that I want to go to Paris. I have a look. However, I just found that France is not only have the tower, they have other historical and cultural buildings, lovely food and wine, the finest wine in the world. For the history of France is placed as a global and permanent member of United Nations Security Council for the days. Since 1958, the government construction purely parliamentary administrations and introduced the same currency, the money, the euro, to be used across many European countries. And in France, the culture is very important. It plays the roles in society where the people commonly will kiss both cheeks, which is represent a form of greetings and respect to each other. And before you travel to France, the first thing I suggest that is you have to learn some French words in order to have small communications with the local people, because some of them might not speak the main language of international language where we speak English. So you might have to learn some French words, like the first common words is brochure, that means I love you. Okay. So the next part when we talk about the visa, the passport, the currency, the bookings, airlines, everything will come in the video. So enjoy my video.
There are some things for you to know before you go travel to France. For the first one is visa entry. Many countries require travelers to have at least 6 months validity remaining on the passport. If you are an Australian citizen and plan to visit France for less than 6 months as tourist, you are not required a visa. However, if you plan to France for other reason other than tourist travel or for more than 90 days, you should have to apply a visa for extensions and granted before arriving in France. There are some limitations for you to bring into France. there are quantitative exemptions for travelers to what should bring or what should not bring. For the first one, for tobacco, there is only 200 cigarettes or 100 cigarettes or 50 cigarettes or 250 grams of smoking tobacco that you can bring along with you when enter to France. Second one is alcohol. 1 liter of alcohol, which is about 44 proof, of 2 liters of alcohol less than 44 proof. The third thing is other beverage, something like wines or beer. You only can bring 4 liters of wine and 16 liters of beer. And one more thing, you should declare to custom when you're traveling with beyond above exemptions and 10,000 euro or more. There are many people have ignored the issue to purchase the travel insurance. Actually, travel insurance is very important for you and your family when traveling at overseas. In this case, there is the need for you to get full cover on insurance, including the medical emergency, damage to baggage, and cancellations to flight plans. Next, the currency information. Generally, travelers could use an international card or debit card such as American Express, Visa, and MasterCard. However, you should have some euros on hand in order to pay for a smaller amount in cases the trader does not accept the cards. The currency converted for Australian dollar to euro in 2016 is about 100 Australian dollar can be converted into 69.70 cents euro. Other than that, traveler checks are accepted everywhere in France, but advise that the currency should be in euros, US dollar, or pounds. Other than that, the others currency value might not be useful. Most of the banks are trading from Monday to Saturday from 9 a.m. to the midday, and then from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. In cases, some are closed on Monday or Saturday. Next, the SIM cards and for calling. In France, there are 3 major mobile operators, which are Orange, SPR, and Bouygues Telecom. The country code is +33. For calls from France to Australia, you should dial 00+61 plus area code plus your telephone number. And for the calls from Australia to France, you should dial 0011 plus 33 plus area code plus your telephone number. There is some French important phone number you should know or you should remember when you're traveling to France. The first one is ambulance, 50. The police, 70. Fire stations, 18. And general emergency is 112. Okay, for hotel accommodations, it is not easy that you think that you could search the right and price affordable of hotel in a big city like Paris. Actually, there is a wide range of hotels accommodation in Paris. You could do some reviews and do some comparison with your preference and requirements when online hotel bookings. In this survival video, I suggested there are 5 categories of hotels. The first one is luxury hotel. In Paris, there are plenty of luxury hotels which awarded with 5 stars. Some people will choose the hotel which offers a view of Eiffel Tower. For example, Hotel de Crillon is one of the famous and popular choices among travelers. The price is from $1,361 for a standard room per night. Second one is standard hotels. And I have provided an example with Novotel Paris Center Tower Eiffel. which is another option for you to stay in with the 3-star hotel. Basically, the room rate is from 1,167 per night. For the third one is budget hotels. Generally, most of the travelers will choose the budget hotels for the accommodations in Paris. For example, Hotel Iblis, Paris Eiffel Tower, with the room rate is from $143 per night. Next, hostel. It is a good choice which offers cheap and comfort for travelers. If you travel by yourself, this is an option for your considerations. The average room rate per night is about $75. And the last one is apartment. You could try rent an apartment or studio, which you might feel like to be a home in Paris. It serves as full services including the kitchen, cooking staff, laundry and other standard residents. The price is from $36 per person per night. Okay, now at the airport, there are 6 biggest French airports, which are Paris Charles de Gaulle (CDG), Paris Orly, Nice, Lyons, Toulouse, and Marseille. Most of the international flights from Perth International will be stopped at Abu Dhabi International before arrive at Paris, the CDG one. There are several international flights from Australia to France that you could use any private airline such as Emirates, Etihad Airways, Qantas, Thai Airlines, Air France. When arrival in France, you have to pass through the police checkpoint, and you should show your passport, which is you have to be verified by the custom before take your baggage. After that, there are various ways for you to travel into the city center of Paris from the airport. For the first one is rail. Normally we call it as train service. It is the quickest and cheapest way to travel into city of Paris. It's operated by RERB, which is Blue Train that has station stop at the Terminal 2 and 3. If you arrive in Terminal 1, you can take the free shuttle train to Terminal 3. You should buy a ticket from the blue ticket machine, which costs you €9.25 and takes up about 50 minutes. The train operates from 4:46 a.m. to 11:56 p.m., which is from Monday to Sunday. Second one is bus. You can take the Roissy bus from the Charles de Gaulle Airport, CDG Airport, to the city center. The bus operates from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. Normally, the bus runs every 15 minutes, which is until 8 p.m. and 20 minutes until 11 p.m. You can buy a bus ticket which is cost you about €9.25. Is one way and takes up an hour to reach at the opera area. And for the third one is coach. If you travel with Air France, you can choose to take Air France coach service to reach at city center. The coaches run between 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day, and the service will terminating at Gare de Lyon. In the airport, you can buy tickets from the ticket machines. To save more money, you can purchase ticket online in advance, which is cost you about €15.50 one way, and a return ticket, which is more cost effective, is about €26. Another option is taxi. There are taxi area at all 3 terminals in the airport. You can travel to city center of Paris by taking taxi, which costs you about €50. It's quite expensive if you take the taxi from the airport or from other areas. There is an extra charge of 10 euro during the peak or late night times, which is about between the 5 p.m. to 7 a.m. If you're traveling by using taxi, it will take up more than an hour during busy time. And next, you could pre-book your ride before travel to France, which is private car service. The private driver will be waiting you inside the arrival's house by holding your name card. So the price of this service is about the same cost as a taxi riding. You can go to my driver website to check and book your private car service reservations. And the last one is super shuttle. This is a private or shared shuttle service that takes you to the city center of Paris. You can book online in advance or at the airport. It costs you about 27 euro for a share ride when service, 67 euro for super shuttle private car, which is non-stop, and 85 euro for van service, also non-stop. It takes up an hour and a half depending on your final destinations. Now come to the country safe and security issue. Many people will ask that, is the France safe? Okay, in reality, yes. After the tragedy of Paris, which attacked by the terrorists in 2015, this country has been vigilant with a massive police presence, especially the city center of Paris. It is safe for traveling. However, the Australian government advised that the citizens or the travelers should pay high attention to their personal security. At this point, there is still an advice of high degree of caution from Australian government website. Apart from that, you should be high self-awareness and follow the instructions of the local authorities in public places. Any suspicious activity, you should report to the local police. Please read carefully on these public safety issues on the French government website. You can check on it. And there is some street crime issue when traveling to one country. In cases there is a high numbers of bag snatching or pickpocketing at France, which is particularly on the streets such as Paris, Marseille, and Nice. In this case, you should protect your personal belongings, including your bags, passports, camera, and money at all times, especially in the crowded landmarks such as Eiffel Tower, landing quarters, airports, and other tourist attractions. There is some police guides video on the crime issue where you must learn on. Other than that, you should be aware of strangers that invite you for a drink or a private club, which will force you to pay a large amount for the offers. Now, getting around in France, there are various convenient ways. Getting around depends on your needs and plans. Through this video guide, some suggestions for you to look at where France provides a lot of transportations. In common, the best public transport is train. France holds the fastest speed record on train service in the world. The train network is connecting between the cities and the regions in France. In general, you could travel by using train service, which is quick and efficient. Also, you might travel much more destination by this service compared with car. Second option will be self-driving, which you can rent a car. In France, the highways named autoroutes, which is heavy and cause long delays during busy time. Partial visitors will choose the rent a car, which is another great way to travel around the cities and countryside. At this point, you could rent a car by online bookings or at the airports. There is a range of car rental companies such as Avis, Europcar, Hertz. Those company offers a low-cost car hire for customers. To rent a car, you must be at least 21 years old and hold a valid driver license from your origin country when do your bookings. And the third one is taxi. Yeah, taxis are quite expensive for another option to travel around in France that I had mentioned before. You should avoid to use the unlicensed taxi, which they are set the highest price compared with others. It means that the driver will charge you a very high cost. There are the licensed taxi with the sign of taxi Parisien. You can see the sign and the logo that located at the top of the car itself. And next, for the bus. By traveling bus is quite cheaper. However, the local people will suggest that it is not very convenient, which is less comfortable, and you might also take up more than an hour to arrive your ideal destination. So in general, the buses often slow on Sundays and holidays due to heavy traffic on the roads. Now, I will talk about the tourist attraction in France. There are 3 big cities in France, which is become the tourist attractions. For the first one is Paris, second one is Nice, the third one is Marseille. Okay, for Paris, I suggest some places you can go and have a look. However, there is not exactly you should follow my planning guide or my suggestions. You can have your idea or your favorite attractions, the tourist attractions. So in this video guide, I will suggest that the first one is Disneyland in Paris. Second one is the Louvre, Paris. The third one is Château de Versailles. The fourth is the Eiffel Tower. The fifth is the Georges Pompidou Center. And for the second city, Nice. For the first one is the Ville-aux-Taux. Second one is Bernadette des Algas. Third one is Colline du Chaltil, which is a Castle Hill. The fourth one is Musée Matisse. And then the fifth is Monastery Notre-Dame de Grémisses. Yeah. And for the third city, the Marseille. The first one I suggested is Musée des Civilisations. The second one is Venus Park. The third one is Le Panier. The fourth is Centre de la Ville Charité. And the last one is Villa Mediterranean. Now it's time to eat. Okay, how to eat in French. And tipping is not necessary for customer gift to the waitress or waiter. Due to the restaurant owner itself will extra pay for them. For breakfast in France, most of the time, the breakfast will consist of bread, butter and jam, a cup of coffee with milk, some might croissants with a glass of orange juice, which is very famous breakfast menu. The second one, lunch. The lunch time starts from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Basically, the lunch serves as an entry, a main course, and end with a dessert. In cases, restaurant will offer the special lunch menu with limited choice for customers. And for the dinner, in France dinner culture, they are dining between 7:30 p.m. and 8:45 p.m., which is more late compared with other countries. They will have their dinner either at home or eating outside. Dinner set will consist of 3 or 4 courses and end up with a dessert. Next section is look after yourself. For the first one, you should try the street food. I recommend that. You can try some French favorite foods and tastes. For the street food, you try on the kebab, the French fries, sandwiches, hot dogs, crepes, and much more. If you feel that is very special, you can try on it. For the tap water in France, it is safe to be consumed. From this, you could save your money in buying drinking water in French. Second things, weather. In French, there are 4 seasons which you might to know and learn on what to wear for your outings. But the first one is spring. Start from March to June, which you could feel the air is so fresh, and the average temperature will be 10 degrees Celsius. Second one, summer. It is starting from June to September, which you might feel hot, and the average temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. For the third one is autumn. Autumn season starts from September to December. During this season, you could feel the cold, a bit cold, and the country start decorated in Christmas look. The degrees Celsius will be 21 in average. And the last one is winter, which is start from December to March, and you might feel the snow, and coffee will be the warmest on your hand during this time. The coldest temperature is 1 degree Celsius. Now we'll give some emergency tips. If you lose your passport, you should report it to the local police and government as soon as possible. At this point, you will obtain a declaration statement of your loss, and this paper could help you for your insurance claim. Second one is medical emergency. You should know the emergency number, which is 112. You can dial this number. If something serious happens like injured or sick, you should get to a nearby local hospital and fast. And from that, you should obtain your medical statement in order to claim your insurance for making the payment. Okay, and the last one is if you robbed at overseas, please protect yourself and avoid any fighting with the robbers. Then you must report to the local police. At the same time, if you lose your bag or your wallet, you have to cancel all the credit cards and report to your bank immediately. French, I'm coming. Bye.